We'll go to the first item that was pulled for discussion, and that was CA3. CA3. Commissioner Sarnoff, you're recognized for the record.
Yeah, I wanted to point out to this commission, and I especially wanted to comment to Commissioner Gonzalez. Look at the disparity between the number 1 bidder, the number 2 bidder, and I think it's the number 4 or 5 bidder. And this is something we should take note of. I know there's a little bit to this. I know the fire department did a great job of bidding this. But the number 1 bidder is $235,000 for Allison generators, Allison diesel generators. And everybody who bid this, or at least 3 of them, bid the exact same generators, the exact same models. The number 2 bidder was $455,000, and I think the last bidder was $855,000. So I just think we should start taking note of the disparity in the bidding process. Number 1, to make sure that the number 1 bidder doesn't come in with a change order, but number 2, to start monitoring why such a varying degree of bidding when they're bidding the identical equipment. And my hat's off to the fire department, because I believe they had a lot to do with getting the number 1 bid in there. But maybe my statement is, maybe we should learn a little bit from the fire department, because if they're able to procure a bid and that bid holds at $235,000, and if the next best we're able to do is $455,000, so it's not $455, $455,000 taxpayer dollars, we should start taking note of the way that we're bidding things and who's doing the procurement, because I just think it's a huge disparity. It's the identical equipment. It's like somebody saying, I'm going to go buy, a Chevy Impala, and they bid what you would expect to pay for a Chevy Impala, and then the next 2 or 3 bidders come back and they're bidding twice and 3 times what the Chevy Impala costs, because that's all an Allison generator is. It's the same thing.
Procurement Director? It is on.
Oh. Okay. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Glenn Markle's Purchasing Director, Commissioner Sarnoff. The Purchasing Department, on behalf of Fire Rescue, ended up issuing this bid. And again, some of the bids that came in are of the same generator. And of course, there is a disparity within the actual bids. And Purchasing did its due diligence in recognizing that. And I do want to point out to the City Commission that there's some assurances here as far as performance is concerned and as far as change orders. If you look at the actual bids, you're going to end up seeing as part of your backup document that bidders were required to submit a bid bond. And that bid bond means that they're going to be securing their bid price until the award takes place. And once the award takes place, then that bid bond is returned, but it won't be returned until a performance bond is submitted right thereafter. That performance bond guarantees 100% performance. If not, then we go after the performance bond. I spoke to Albert Electrical last night. They have gone on the record to state that there are no change orders. As a matter of fact, today you do have the contractors here. Detroit Allison is also here. Those are the providers of the generator, and they can go right on the record to state that they're going to stand behind the pricing. There's not going to be any change orders, and they're willing to end up gearing up for this project and replacing or actually installing these generators for the Fire Rescue Department. Thank you.
And Mr. Marcos, my hat's off to the number 1 bidder. And if you've locked them in by performance bonds, then you're right. But this becomes the example of how to do it. This becomes a way for us to say that it's always easy to bid a product, because we can see that whenever we, of course, do something with construction, there's what's called unforeseeable issues. I just want to take note for 2 reasons. Number 1 is this is the second time since I've been on the dais. I think it was the waterproofing of the MRC. The bid there was extremely low, and hopefully it comes in at that bid. In this circumstance, with a product, the bid is extremely low. You've locked it in, and my hat's off to you. But I'd like to see us get the same kind of results on many other things that we do, because if this is a $235,000 bid, the next lowest bidder is $455,000, and they're bidding the same equipment. So I just think it's something this commission should take note of and start following and hopefully impressing upon, not you because you've done it, but we should all take note of it. And now that you have a performance bond behind it, you're right, you'll obviously meet that bid.
And we're going to be looking towards this trend, Commissioner. Obviously, what's going to happen is that based upon our past experience, you will see that when the economy starts going a little bit slower, businesses do turn to government, and they will want to do business with government because of the fact that they're going to end up trying to stimulate their own business. So I appreciate your comments, and we're looking forward to having these generators replaced at the fire rescue departments. Thank you.
All right, I think you've been praised. All right, next item.
Sir, excuse me, Chair, we will need a vote on that.
I'll also move it.
Second.
You want to take them? I was going to take them all.
All at one time?
But it's all right. We'll do it for your sake. We'll do it separately. Okay.
Thank you.
Need a motion on CA3. Motion is made by Commissioner Sarnoff.
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Spence-Jones. Any further discussion? No discussion on CA3. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone in opposition having the same right say nay. Motion carries, and we go to CA5.